pyramid scheme, the good old two-word phrase that gets people riled up. I'm gonna talk about it, kind of share my opinions on this phrase. You know, this is gonna be a really fun video. Hopefully this can help some people out. I don't really know. All I know is I'm making a video about this term, okay, and this is going to be a great video, so pay attention. Most people refer to a pyramid scheme like network marketing companies where, you know, maybe there's like a health company or some kind of company. It's an opportunity basically, and you pay money to get in, and they say, look, if you go out, you talk to all your friends and all that, and you get people in, you know, and build your downline, you will make money monthly from them. A lot of the times these companies that don't really know why, I mean, they basically kind of target everybody. They just want everybody to join when, you know, I'm kind of starting to really feel not everybody should be joining these companies at all. And not for the reason because they're pyramid schemes. Don't get me wrong. I do know there's a lot of companies out there that are flat out scams, right? You got to be very careful. But not all these type of systems are, you know, scams or whatever. Not many of them aren't. I think people with people that should be in these type of systems should be more on to kind of like have a entrepreneur type of mindset, more of a business-like mindset. Now, I'll explain. Don't worry if everybody's gonna be like, "What is she talking about?" Usually, if you see somebody who's doing really well in a company like that, if you kind of hang around them or talk to them, you'll find out very fast that they're very business. They're all about business. They have a kind of an entrepreneur mind. They want time freedom. They want financial freedom. They don't want to. They realize their life is worth more than just working for somebody else the rest of their life. They want to be their own boss, make their own money, and I can keep going on. That's how these people are. That you see the ones that are really successful. I kind of got to thinking one day. I'm like, you know what? Let me look at this company here. The ones that I know aren't scams at all. You know, it's like, how is it that I see this group of people right here? They're making money. They're not necessarily all at the top. Right, they're making money, and then this person can sit here and say it doesn't work. Like, what is the problem? Like, why is that same exact company? Yeah, we got two people, right? We got one person saying they're making great money, and another person saying, no, they're not making a dime. I'm like trying to imagine, like, who's the person that started that whole phrase, pyramid scheme, right? I can only imagine it was somebody who definitely was probably just looking for some quick cash. They're not really trying to do this type of thing for a really long time. They're maybe trying to save up some money for college or something like that, and they tried it for a little bit and kind of left. And I'm going to kind of break it down right here into some examples. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to kind of yell a little bit, but it's not because it's more of trying to really get this into your brain. If you've tried this kind of way to make money online, by the end of this video, you're going to see. Okay, and this is going to be the number one reason why you kind of gave up and things like that, okay? And you didn't see any income really because you a lot of times gave up a lot sooner, but I'll get into why that happened. You got two people. Two, all right? Let me see. We got Joe over here. We got Sally over here, okay? Joe, Sally. Joe, Sally. You get it? Joe and Sally. Sally, okay? This is the type of person who isn't very business mindset. She's not really an entrepreneur. She just saw somebody making, or claiming they make a lot of money, and she's like with a company, and she's like, maybe I should try that. If it doesn't work, oh well. If it does, okay, cool. I guess I'll save it for, I don't know, something. Oftentimes this type of person is going to be someone who treats this type of business as like a side job, like a kind of a side gig or whatever, right? That's Sally, okay? Now we got Joe. Joe is more of has more of an entrepreneur type of mindset. He's more business-like. He probably has tried some things in the past, kind of similar, maybe didn't work out, but he's determined, he's focused, he's going to make it work no matter what it takes and how long it takes, he's focused. So let's go ahead and look at how these two people will kind of match up when they first start out, and how most of the times their mindset is the exact reason they get the results they get. So we got two people again, right? So they start off at a company, maybe it's like a health and fitness company. They got products they can sell, and they can also get people to recruit into the opportunity or whatever. All right, and they want to focus more on recruiting. So they're going in 2 weeks. They both don't have money. They both don't have huge following, so they can't just bring all these people under them, because they don't have anybody. They're starting from scratch, right? They're both broke. 2 weeks in, they're trying to talk to people and things like that and get people interested. You know, they don't, they don't really have anything yet, but they're still going. Sally, a lot of the times, oh no, this is Sally. Okay, I'm looking at okay, that's weird. Sally, after 2 weeks or whatever, she's like, you know what, I've talked to, I don't know how many people and nobody's joined, or, you know, let's just take it back after the second day. They're going to be thinking, I've talked to 3 people, how come none of them joined? They're already thinking that way. Oh, or this type of person is saying, I've talked to 3 people, they haven't joined, but okay, whatever. I'm just going to keep going. I know it's going to work. I know it's going to work. I'm just going to keep going. Finally, they're going maybe after a week or something like that. You know, I'm just going to give Sally, let's say Sally, she finally pulls in a person, right? She gets somebody under her, or she gets somebody to buy the product or whatever. Okay, cool. Now, her mindset right here is going to be like this. You know what? That's cool. I got a person, but you know what? I had to talk to 12 people to get this one person. That doesn't sound very good to me at all. Joe may get that same result. He may talk to 12 people and get one person. Instead of him looking at it and saying, oh my God, I got to talk to 12 people every time just to get a person, he says, you know what? I'm so excited. That usually gives them the most motivation ever when they get their first person under them. They say, you know, instead of complaining about it, you know, let me figure out a way to get my conversions better, where the next time when I talk to the next 12 people, instead of one person joining, you know, I got 3 or 4 people joining. You know, he's already thinking, or this type, not just a boy, but this type of person is going to be thinking of ways they can make their conversions better by being maybe a better speaker, something like that, or learning how to target people who are already interested in something they kind of have to offer already. So he's already kind of figuring out ways to help that. Now they've been in a month, right? They're still not rich. They don't have all these people in their downline. They're, you know, whatever. And here's usually what a person like Sally will start doing. If they are in something a month and they're not making all this money that they, you know, maybe someone that brought them in said they were going to make, or looking at all the people at the top making all this money, they're not doing that. And here's what they start doing. They start looking. Okay, can I see what are they doing? Okay, now why are they making money and I'm not? They start kind of getting antsy and like, okay, you know, I've been in it a month. Why isn't this making money? Oh my God, I'm gonna pull my hair out. Oh, I don't know why I just made that sound, but it just seems like that's what people are doing in their head when they, you know, they get frustrated. They're like, you know what? They start thinking to themselves, right? Sally and all these other people like this, which are most people in these companies, so just to point it out there. They're like, you know what? Okay, let me look up. Let me talk to the person that brought me in, okay? They call him up and they're like, you know what? How y'all, you doing good? He's like, yeah, I sponsored 10 people in the last 2 days. And they're like, really? You know? And they're looking above and they're like, man, they're doing good. Okay, that person at the top, they're doing really good. My sponsor's doing really good. Okay, I'm not doing very good. I got a couple people, but it's not like, you know, whatever. That person down there, they sure ain't doing good. Oh, you know, and then they have this like aha moment. I get it. This is a scam. Oh, this is such a scam. I finally see. I'm at the bottom of the pyramid. Oh, and I see now. Can't you see? I can see now. The people at the bottom don't ever make money. Oh my gosh, what a pyramid scheme. We'll never make money. You might as well give up, Jack. You're never gonna make money because we're at the bottom. We didn't join the system when it first started. All they want to do is take my money every month and I just am broke and never gonna get any money. Oh great, so Sally's out. She's like, bye. You guys are all idiots. You guys think you're going to make all this money and you're not. You're just fooling yourselves. And she's going off on people. She's, you know, trying to get her money back, probably cussing out everybody she can find. What she basically realized is, oh, I'm on the bottom of somebody else's pyramid, right? And I'm going to explain how that mindset right there can just completely destroy you. Joe, been in the same time, been in a month. He's also not necessarily making a crazy amount of money. He probably at this point has got more people than Sally because that's how focused he was, but he's still not at the point, you know, that it's just, you know, where he's just flourishing, okay? You know, but he's focused on what he's doing. If he looks up to see how much people are making above him, it doesn't make him jealous, it doesn't make him mad, it just makes him say, that's what I'm going for. That's what I'm going for. I'm gonna be like that. He may have $2 in his bank account, but that's all he has to see is someone above him doing better and saying, I'm aiming for that. Now, unless you're in a flat out scam for real, then that's kind of hard. But I'm talking about the ones that are not scams. He's thinking, I'm pushing for that right there. In fact, some of them are like this. I'm gonna surpass them. He has that type of mindset. Sure, he may know, he knows he's under people. Sure, he probably sees that he is sort of at the bottom of somebody else's pyramid, but what he realized is that when you get into an opportunity like that, don't worry about what other people are making, above you or whatever, because you are the start. You are the head of your own pyramid. Instead of rambling around and focusing on how much money everybody else is making and you're not, and how low you are on somebody else's pyramid, just realize as soon as you got into that opportunity, as soon as you got to that company, you are now the start of your own team. That way, when you do that, to the point where when you're working hard and you realize you are at the top already, it just kind of, and that's the difference between people who should be in systems and people who really shouldn't. Okay, let's just say that. It's about really focusing on what you're doing, focusing on the finish line, no matter what people, worried about how much money that person's making, or how much this person isn't. What I've realized is when you basically focus on that finish line and you're zoned in on your goals, and things like that, and you're striving and you don't care how long it's taking and things like that, you're focused so much that you're going to catch yourself, you're going to look up and realize there's nobody else around you. Nobody's on your level. That you've now gone to a place that most people don't, because you focused, because you weren't caring about it. And you're going to look up and say, wait a second, where'd everybody go? I'm sure I'm stacking it up. What happened? You're going to be looking at, you're going to look back and you're going to see everybody back, back there twinkling around. Oh, you're like, oh, that's why they're back there. They're just worried about everybody else. So instead of themselves. So yeah, okay, that's why I'm on top. Great. Joe, more than likely, because he didn't, stop, he probably figured out, I don't like recruiting my friends and family. So he learned how to market to people and to groups of people. He targeted people, which is what you should be doing, which is this is why I don't really like network marketing. I do something very similar, but network marketing teaches people how to try to get their friends and family involved. Forget that. Heck no. A lot of times your friends and family are not even interested in what you have to offer. So how about you'd rather kind of market online or something, talk to people who are already looking for what you have. Joe done figured it out. He's starting to just really flourish now, you know what I mean? And that's the difference, right? And let me kill this right here, right? People say, oh, the only way, you make a lot of money in the MLM and all that is if you join the company when it first gets started. That is, there's truth to that, right? There's truth to that. At the same time, there's a part that's a lie from hell. I've seen companies be alive for more than 3 years, 5, however many years. And there are people that join even now, even though these companies are way, older, I guess, and they still kill it. They still come in. Did they join when it first? No, they didn't. Look at, there's many, even Amway, that's so old. Oh my gosh. There are people that still join. They didn't join that thing when it first got started. They're joining now, but they're just determined on their goal. They're focused and they are doing it. They're making money and other people aren't because they get carried away with other people's results. There's another one, Avon. I'm not in any of these, but I'm just thinking because I know those are like one of the older companies like that do that, and not only are they selling products, they're also getting people involved in the opportunity and things like that. They're joining however many years Avon's been in, years, and look at them. I see people now like in my area with signs on their cars, that are killing it in these type of companies. Of course, people with an employee mindset will never do good in this type of business. So yeah, it's not for everybody. Why people try to get everybody involved, I don't get that. I've tried very hard that when I do what I do in the companies I'm with, I don't really try to just get everybody involved. Although I guess you look at it and say that would be great because you'd make a lot of money, I guess. But at the same time, it's not worth getting all these emails and of it not working and people complaining. And even though I try my best to let people know that this is a business, this isn't something that is going to take off very fast, I still get a few of these people that come in there with these McDonald mindset people. And not to offend anybody, but that's just what it is. And they pout, and it's just no, I get out of here. I want somebody else. Leave. Everybody who's ranting and raving about how scammy and how much of a pyramid scheme these systems are. Your job's a pyramid scheme. Don't even come at me with that. Break it down to you just so you know. I don't care if you are working as a dishwasher, if they have those, or not a dishwasher, not a Jack in the Box, they don't have those, as a fry at Jack in the Box, or you are doing pretty well in some sort of big, huge company, you know, I don't care. It's all a pyramid scheme there. In fact, you have less of a chance in that environment to ever get ahead. Well, how is that a pyramid scheme? How am I making money? Okay, here you go. You get the top person at your company who's the CEO, right? He's the top, or the creators or whatever. Then you got the board members and all the other O's underneath him, a little, you know, kind of right there. Then you kind of, I don't know all the structure, but you got the supervisors, the district supervisors. Then you got the district managers and other managers of that, and store managers of stores or restaurants or whatever. Then, and you work all the way down to the employees, where most of you are in your jobs. I don't think I've ever heard of somebody being an employee working their way up to the top where they take over the company and now they're these millionaires. That doesn't happen. In fact, some of you guys know how hard it is to be at a company to work just to get a stinking 50-cent raise when you've been there for 3 years. Oh, I'm making money. Okay. Do you know how much people at the top are making? You want to sit there and complain about maybe a company that has this opportunity where you can make a lot of money, but you want to sit there and say, oh, only people at the top are making all this money, when at your job, okay, if you were to look at the people's bank accounts that are super high, you would probably die. You'd probably pass out just from looking at it, off of the basically time you're spending for somebody else's company while they're out there hitting some golf balls, you know, just doing all this traveling and doing all these things you would love to do, even just to get to promoted to, like, you know, being a manager or something like that. A lot of times take years for you to do. Being in a network marketing or internet marketing company, and it's really just business in general, but this is like some of the only things you can get into, whether you've been in a company for a month or 10 years, can grow at a very rapid speed to make money like the top people. Stop being so worried about what other people are making, because you know why? Because a lot of those people you see that are making that much money in those companies, what they fail to tell you, or what you fail to maybe see, is that it probably took them 5 years of trial and error in these systems to get it right. It took them a while for them to build up a team. It took them a while to learn what they know now to get these people so easily that you don't, because you're new. And if you're not new to this and you don't know how to still make money in these type of things, something's wrong. You need to start learning some different strategies. I don't even know what you got to do, but you got to do something quick, because that ain't right. Some of you have the nerve to sit there and call these type of things such scams and pyramid schemes, and only people at the top making money, when you're at your job. Maybe you work at a restaurant making $2 an hour and maybe getting some good tips, or maybe you're at a retail place making $10 you know, an hour or whatever, and you know your CEO is making millions of dollars, and he may come by and maybe you may never see him. They kind of give you a pat on the back. That's pretty great. For the people, even after watching this video, that's still like, I don't care what she says. And like I said, there are things out there that are scams, okay? But not every single thing out there like that is a scam. For those of you guys who have that mindset, you are designed to work for somebody else your whole life. You know, I've just come to realize that. I just don't like saying that. I would want people to all make their own money, basically, and all live this great lifestyle. But what I'm just realizing more and more is not everybody, that's not for everybody. And being an entrepreneur and business person and working for yourself isn't for everybody. Not that it's so bad. To me, it almost seems bad, but I guess some people are okay with that. And I guess if you're okay with it, to me, it's okay. I just don't know what to say. But people like that, definitely, yes, stick to your 9 to 5. Go ahead, you know, and do that whole thing. Okay, but if you're someone who you know, you've been trying, you know, you gotta give it a shot. You cannot give up. You cannot get so worried about what everybody else is doing. And because again, like I said, a lot of times those people you see that are doing so well, most of those people, if you hear their story, they'll tell you they were trying to make money online for the last 10 years. I'm telling you, before they struck it big. Not that it's gonna take you 10 years. I'm not trying to say it like that, but a lot of times it's not. If you really focus, I've seen people come online and make a crazy amount of money in a very short period of time. I was, you know, that happened to me basically, because you don't, not that you don't care about people making money, but it's like you realize, you know, you can hit the ground running. This is something that there's no limit, there's no cap. You just go. Okay, so that's all I wanted to say, and kind of talk about that word pyramid scheme. You get those people that just get on your nerves. That's just what this was today. Talk to you later. Push whatever you're doing. If you are just gonna stick to your job, be the best employee or supervisor or whatever you can be. If you're someone who's like business minded, be the best person you can in your business, or learn as much as you can and start applying and make money. Okay, that's just it. I'll talk to you guys later. God bless you guys, and I'll talk to you guys. I'm done with this video.